Welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast, dedicated to unraveling the complexities of trauma, its pervasive impact, and the journey towards holistic recovery and realignment. If your radiance has ever felt muted, like I and thousands of others, you're in the right place to reignite your inner light. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast. We are in part 2 or week 2 of our mini trauma recovery talk. We're in a series on trauma-informed leadership. Today is a big week because we're talking about addiction, relapse prevention, and emotional intelligence, EQ, if you will. We're going to talk about addiction as a coping mechanism. We're going to talk about the trauma loop, emotional dysregulation, numbing, shame, relapse. We're going to talk about the role of EQ in leadership, and we're going to talk about self-awareness, regulation, and empathy. I have a reflective question for you, and you might want to write this down. How does EQ show up when things get tough? How does your EQ show up when things get tough? Okay, so addiction is often misunderstood in leadership spaces, but it plays a significant role in trauma response. At its core, addiction isn't just about substances, it's about unresolved pain. It's a coping mechanism for regulating emotions that feel too big or too heavy to manage, whether it's alcohol, food, social media, workaholism, people-pleasing. It could be sexing. It could be gaming. It could be shopping. All of these things that we do in excess or we overdo, it is a way for us to numb ourselves and to completely get out of our situation or get out of the pain, right? These patterns serve as emotional numbing agents when someone lacks that tool of emotional regulation, right? This is why relapse prevention is just as important for leaders as it is for those in traditional recovery. It's about noticing when we're slipping back into our old trauma responses or unhealthy coping mechanisms during stress. Relapse can look like avoiding hard conversations, overcommitting, controlling team members, or isolating emotionally, right? There is emotional intelligence, and this is when it becomes a vital tool in trauma-informed leadership. EQ involves self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and healthy interpersonal relationships. When leaders build EQ, they become more present, more responsive, and more able to create psychologically safe environments. And that is so important for anyone that has faced trauma. Trauma steals that sense of safety, right? So in us building or caring for someone that have gone through trauma, it's important that we create that safe environment. A leader with high EQ doesn't take things personally, reacts with intention rather than impulse, and builds trust through honest communication, right? That's what it feels like. Trauma can delay emotional development, so many adults in leadership roles may have high IQs but struggle with EQ. Recognizing the gap without shame allows leaders to rebuild new patterns, prevent emotional relapse, and lead with more compassion, clarity, and connection. If you want to learn more about or go deeper or take a deeper dive in any of these lessons, please contact us at oasiswellnessctrs.com, and we'll see you in part number 3. Bye for now. It's time to buckle up. No more suffering in silence. Our Power Pack journey to recovery and realignment starts now. Remember, you are collateral damage on someone else's warpath. Trauma is not your fault. Recovery, however, is your responsibility. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast.